It's 1 a.m., but you know we're going to keep you updated with the big news. Jade Cargill is leaving AEW. We're going to talk about it right here, right now. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Yango Show. It is true. It appears that Jade Cargill is leaving AEW. Yeah, it's 1:33 in the morning, and we definitely want to talk about this. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select had revealed that Jade Cargill is believed to be finishing up with AEW, and sources within AEW and WWE believe that she is going to be signing with the WWE. This is massive, and in this video I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what WWE needs to do to make sure that Jade Cargill is absolutely at the top of the game, because if they don't do it, I think they might be messing up big time. But here's the reality, my friends. Jade Cargill was announced on Dynamite, well, technically last night, Wednesday night, that Jade Cargill would go up against Chris Statlander on Rampage. Little bit of a spoiler alert, just giving you a heads up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Jade Cargill lost to Chris Statlander. And I'm giving you guys that spoiler because a lot of people, including myself, were kind of wondering why Jade Cargill would be put on Rampage for this match against Chris Statlander. And realistically, it just didn't really seem like a good idea because it's a massive match and it's for the title. Like, I felt like it should have been for AEW Grand Slam. And then now, about 2-3 hours later, Sean Ross is coming up with this information that indicates that basically WWE is going to be locking down Jade Cargill. And this is great. This is massive news. This is fantastic news for WWE. And to be honest with you, I'm always going to wonder what the hell happened with AEW and why is she leaving AEW? Because I feel like if there was anybody who was actually booked correctly from the beginning till now, it was Jade Cargill. And the reality is I feel strongly about that. If you watch my content, you know I've said this so many times. Jade Cargill was the best booked performer in AEW. And this is actually, let's just, be 100% honest here. It's not like she had the most experience as a pro wrestler, which is why I think Jade is going to benefit so much from being in WWE. But, she was booked very strongly in this company despite being inexperienced. And throughout time, she got better and better and better. But the reality is WWE, especially now more than ever with TKO being the new thing, they are going to frickin' hammer it home with Jade Cargill because there is so much mainstream, massive potential there. And I've said this too many times. I said about Jade Cargill just really being the one that oozes the charisma that everybody should want in pro wrestling. She fits the WWE system. Do I think it hurts AEW? No. Especially because we are expecting them to sign Edge. We're expecting other people to jump to AEW, just as always. That's the good thing about this industry. Forget about your personal opinions about booking, creative storytelling, this and that. Forget about the tribalism stuff, too. The reality here is that AEW and WWE both being massive companies really helps the industry in general. People are going to come and go. But we were always wondering who was going to be after Cody. And we kind of talked about it for a while. I think it's going to be Jade Cargill. The reality is Jade Cargill going to WWE, it just makes too much sense for it to not be the case. Now, I think it's really important that WWE gets it right with Jade Cargill. I genuinely do believe WWE, they have to get it right more than Cody Rhodes. I think they've done a great job of handling Cody. I think Ricky Starks is another name that could potentially go to WWE. But when I look at people in AEW that have potential in WWE, Jade Cargill is the one that to me just screams potential. And I think if you're an AEW talent looking at Jade going to WWE, the first thing that you're going to be thinking about is how they book her and what they do with her. Now, some people might suggest that she should go to NXT and really learn the WWE system and get developed and stuff like that. And I totally understand that mindset and that train of thought. I personally believe that WWE really needs to focus on putting Jade Cargill in a situation where she is groomed for success. I put her straight on the main roster. I do. And, this is going to be difficult to say because I'm such a big fan of Rhea Ripley. And I'm such a big fan of Io Sky. And this is honestly where I wish WWE had a mid-card title for the women. But I would love to see Jade go for the title right away. And I know a lot of people might not like that, and I get it. I totally understand why people wouldn't want to do that. But I'm going to assume that most of the WWE audience may or may not know who Jade Cargill is. And it's going to be really telling based on the reaction that she gets. But I think there is a lot of potential with her. And the best thing to do is put her on TV and put her in a top story right off the rip. That scares me because I love what they're doing with Io Sky. And I love what they're doing with Rhea. But there's a lot of potential there. Now, maybe WWE decides to put her on NXT. Maybe she's the one that dethrones Becky Lynch. I'm not sure. But I cannot believe that we are getting to the point. And again, it's 1:30 something in the morning. And, I think it's really important that you guys stay updated with wrestling news. And I hope that you guys enjoy watching wrestling news. But this one, I'm super opinionated about because I think for the most part, I've become a really big fan of her work. And we've seen her really grow and develop. And I think there's so much more that could be done. And again, I'm always going to wonder what happened. It's like the Cody situation. It was kind of unexpected. And this, I think we all kind of knew. We were talking about it for a while. Like the possibilities are there. But for the fact that this could actually potentially happen like ASAP, it doesn't register with me. What really went down with AEW? I think everybody's going to want to know. Last thing I do want to point out, though, when it comes to Jade Cargill and WWE, we talked about, championship, big debut and things like that. I really want to point this out because I don't know where Endeavor stands with this. But Endeavor, WWE, UFC merger, are they going to be the ones, is WWE going to go back to their old ways of changing people's names on the roster? I don't know. I could see WWE changing Jade's name. Maybe just Jade. Maybe they get rid of the Cargill part. I don't know. But I wonder what Endeavor's view is on that because this will be a big test. This will be the first major signing. First signing, actually, with Endeavor merging WWE and UFC together. So are they going to try to change her name, change her gimmick? Are they going to let her come in and just be herself? That is something I really want to pay attention to. And I'm genuinely interested in that. It's going to be very telling how Endeavor handles WWE based on the people that they bring in. So this is another AEW signing going to WWE. It's a massive one. I don't know. I don't want to say AEW dropped the ball because she did a wonderful job there, but I always felt like she should have been doing more, and it's very clear that they didn't want to do more.